If you're back for more of me, well, honestly, God bless you. God bless you for real. And if you're new here, you are in for a treat. Hello, I am, if you remember, Professor Sarah.
I actually do need these glasses to see. Well, I don't need them and kind of see without them, but they're helpful.
Now, the story of my diagnosis doesn't start here. To tell this story, we need to rewind the clock. No, like even further than that. This is what I was like as a child. There, that's enough. For the most part, I did extremely well in school. I'm a great natural test taker. I, as evidenced, loved to read, and so I was pretty good at making good grades. Did have one downfall in school, and that was
Notebook checks.
Fast forward to today, or 2 years ago. Well, the event that I'm about to describe wasn't unique. It wasn't the first time this had happened. It was a very common event. This one really stands out to me. My husband and I had gone to a restaurant for dinner, and it was your typical restaurant, and the way we were seated at the table, my husband's back was to a wall, and on that wall was a TV, and I was facing that TV. On the TV, there was a football game. I ran track in middle school, and I was good at it. I was pretty good. But even then, I was not interested in sports, so there was a football game on. And my husband was talking to me, and I, as I said, was not, am not, have never been interested in football. And I was interested in whatever my husband happened to be saying at the time. But what was I watching and paying attention to? The football game. I could not, for the life of me, tear my focus away from this moving, colorful display that was directly behind my husband's head. And I was trying my very best, and I was failing miserably, and that got me thinking. I was like, I'm genuinely trying here. I seem to be unable to do this thing, so I did what any self-respecting millennial would do. I Googled it. All of the search results returned were articles about ADHD. And I was like, I don't have ADHD, that's for like kids who run around and can't sit still.
I was like, I don't have ADHD, that's like...
Wait, let's hear that one more time.
I don't have ADHD.
I was like, no, I can sit down and read a book. But then I should have remembered that I used to do that as a child and have not done that consistently in a very long time because I can't pay attention. Actually, I've stepped up my game this year and I'm well on my way to the goal that I set for myself of reading and actually finishing 20 full books. I finished 15 so far, and it's only August. Pretty proud of that one. Anyway, I opened some of the articles, and I started reading them. Especially articles that were like, do I have ADHD as an adult? Did I outgrow my ADHD? And I was like, And I realized that something that I kind of subconsciously thought was that only children have it, and it is something that you outgrow. Boy, howdy, was I wrong. So I read some articles, and then I read some more articles online, and then I took some BuzzFeed quizzes.
Do I have ADHD? I was like, I don't have ADHD.
And most of them were like,
well, we're not a doctor, but maybe.
Which, honestly, that's probably the answer that literally anyone gets. I took a few more quizzes, and then I was like, okay, this is probably something that I should investigate further with maybe a professional. I made a doctor's appointment with an attention specialist. Thankfully, I have one of those in my city. And I printed out 2 copies. I was to fill out one of these questionnaires, and I was to give one to someone who's close to me. In this case, I gave it to my husband, and he had to fill it out in reference to me. And this questionnaire consisted of statements and ranking them 1 to 5. 1 being, severely disagree, and 1 being severe.
It's okay, Sarah. You'll get it. You will.
Definitely. What? 1 being, I disagree with this as much as I can on this scale. 5 being, I agree with this as much as I can on this 1 to 5 scale. It was full of statements like,
do you have trouble finishing projects you start? Do you find it difficult to start tasks if you deem them boring? Do you have trouble locating items, like your keys? Do you get very anxious in social situations?
oof.
I was like, I don't have ADHD.
So I go to my doctor's appointment. I was placed in a room, and in this room, for this test, there was a desk, a chair, a computer, and a fancy headband. The door to the room was closed. I was not allowed to have my phone or anything else on me to distract me. The test consisted of 2 shapes, circle and square. It also consisted of 2 colors, red and blue. 1 shape at a time would flash on the screen. If the preceding shape matched exactly, I was supposed to press the space bar. My instructions were to complete this test as accurately and as quickly as I possibly could, and your girl loves a challenge. Meanwhile, the fancy headband is measuring even the most minute of movements that I'm doing. And this test lasted for approximately 20 to 30 minutes. And then I talked to a doctor, and the doctor showed me my results. And then she was like,
No, you have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder.
I was like, I don't have ADHD.
I would like to point out right now that this lovely horse shirt, cute but pricey designer crop top, no, it's just actually from when I was about 8 years old. Bye. All of these books have to go back on the shelf. But they're probably not going to right now because I have to finish filming this. I'll probably sit on this floor for way too long.